always justify the means. Today, you might have started in a low way, but remember, the end always justifies the means. As I conclude, I do so with immense gratitude, pride, and hope for the future. The work continues, the vision remains, and the spirit of student leadership lives on. Thank you all, and may we keep striving for excellence together. Mungu awabariki, tuendelee kuombea wale ambao wameingia, continue collaborating with them, and I know everything is possible, and I am confident that they are the best, and they are the ones that we have. So, kama hukumpigia kura, ama ulimpigia kura, they are the ones that we have, and you must find a way of working with them and giving them support so that they can reach. Aki walai mkinipea support, naweza fika huko juu. Now it is my full responsibility to welcome the incoming chair so that he can address you. Thank you.
I thought you would have come here to shake his hand here, not to welcome him down there. Naona chairman yako na bodyguard analeta speech.
Good evening to you all. It is with great honor and gratitude that I stand before you today as the President-elect of Taveta University. I extend my warmest greetings and I extend my heartfelt appreciation to esteemed leaders and dignitaries. Our Vice Chancellor in absentia, Deputy Vice Chancellor ARO, Deputy Vice Chancellor AFP, Registrar, School Director, Dean of Schools, Dean of Students, Chairman of Electoral Body and members of Electoral Body, Chair of Departments, our dedicated staff, fellow students, and my beloved student fraternity. Today, as I take this oath of leadership, I do as with a clear vision anchored on 3 core pillars: the advocacy of student welfare, the strategic sourcing of funds for our initiatives, and proactive advertising of our school's excellence to the world. Our students are the heart of Taveta University, and their well-being is our top priority. I firmly believe that a nurturing and supportive environment is the foundation upon which academic excellence is built. As I reflect on these goals, I'm reminded of the timeless wisdom from the Bible, and I'm also a Christian. Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all these things through Christ who strengthened me. This verse inspires us to harness inner strength and unity in our collective journey toward excellence. In our rapidly evolving world, the pursuit of excellence required that we secure the necessary resources to innovate and grow. Sourcing funds is not just merely about financial accumulation, it's about building sustainable partnership and exploring creative avenues that empower us to implement transformative projects. Innovative fundraising initiative, launching events, campaigns, and grants applications that only raise funds but also showcase our university's unique talents and achievements. This approach echoes words of Dr. Martin Luther King. The time is always right to do what is right. It is our duty and indeed our privilege to pursue what is right for our community, making sure that our actions today pave the way for a sustainable and prosperous tomorrow. Taveta University is more than just an educational institution. It's a vibrant community of dreamers, innovators, and leaders. To fully realize our potential, we must boldly advertise our school's achievements and distinct character. And this is how we will do it. Enhancing visibility and utilizing both traditional and digital media platforms to reach prospective students, partners, and global community. Building a strong brand, creating a unified and compelling narrative that encapsulates our values, aspirations, and the transformative impact we have on our community and society at large. In closing, let me say that this is not just my journey, it's our collective mission. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to demonstrate that we, with unity, vision, and wavering commitment, we can achieve greatness. As I step into this role, I ask for your trust, your ideas, and your active participation. Together, we will create an environment where every student is empowered, every resource is maximized, and the story of Taveta University continues to be one of the innovation, inclusion, and excellence. I leave you with this combined wisdom of faith and leadership. Let us move forward with courage, for I can do all these things through Christ who strengthens me. And remember always that the time is always right to what is right. Thank you for entrusting me with this responsibility. May our collective efforts lead to a brighter future for every member of this esteemed institution. Let us embrace this journey together, united in purpose and spirit. Thank you, and God bless Taveta University, and may He bless Kenya. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chair Satu. I can say he's given a standing ovation. Very good, very good. Congratulations, Chair. A very powerful speech. I could see some people were just mesmerized by the English and the flow of language. Some were clapping. They didn't understand the message, but they liked the way it was flowing. I wish you share the speech later so that they can understand. Yeah. Thank you very much. I wish at this juncture to welcome the Dean of Students, Madam Sophie Chwaga, to give her remarks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mseri. To our Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, ARO, who is also representing our Vice Chancellor, and also acting the Deputy Vice Chancellor, AFP. To the Chief Legal Officer, my colleagues who are here, the observers, that is SATO election observers, I want to recognize your presence. The SATO election commissioners, the chair and the vice chair, and the entire team, the registrar, ARO in absentia, and the deputy registrar, ARO who is here. The staff in the welfare, students' welfare department, the security office, the incoming student leaders. When I talk of the student leaders, I have in mind even the Congress, student Congress, the outgoing student leaders, and all students, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is a very important day, a day to remember, because as it has already been said, it has been a journey, a long journey, but we are coming to the end, and the end to start another journey. It is with great pleasure and pride that I take this opportunity to congratulate the incoming student leaders. Congratulations for the good fight. Congratulations for being elected. I would want to say, may God bless you. I cannot also forget the outgoing student leaders, being led by Bwana Tajiri. We have worked together, you have done a good job, and so congratulations, even as you step aside. You step aside because you are still leaders. Now, to the incoming leaders, I want just to make a few remarks, more so just to remind you of the obvious. One, your comrades have entrusted you with this responsibility because they saw the potential in you, the potential that you could lead them, okay? That you could lead them, and so I want you to take this position with a lot of, how will I say, caution, and with the importance that it deserves. This means, therefore, for you to be able to do this, you must exercise integrity, because they are looking upon you to ensure that things are done well. I took note of your 3 pillars: advocating for students' needs or concerns, marketing our university, and strategic sourcing of resources. That is what you have promised the comrades. That can also be done indeed with God, and a lot of integrity needs to be exercised. Now, you cannot do it alone as the chairman. You need your team, you need the Congress, and you need the entire student population. And I know you can do it. Number 2, challenges will be there. Every day, they will be there. In fact, you cannot custom them and say, or, classify them and say, today this is the kind of challenge I'll get, tomorrow is this kind of challenge I will come across. No. They will come in different shapes. But one thing I would want to advise: exercise resilience. Never give up. Never give up. And I think the outgoing chair has explained it very well, how you can go about it. So use that approach of resilience and consult widely. Consult widely. Number 3, as a leader, you need to uphold the university's core values. And that is results-oriented, quality, transparency, and accountability, innovativeness, professionalism, and ethical conduct. That is what you need to embrace and to uphold. All through, this should be reflected in your action or in your leadership. 3, the Office of the Dean of Students is there to support you in this journey. This is our commitment. As the Dean of Students, I want to make this commitment. Together with the staff in that office, we are committed to support you in this journey. So we are there. Whenever you have an issue, our door is open. Come, we sit together, and we'll come up with a way forward. 4, I will always say this: first and foremost, remember the reason why you are in this university. First and foremost, you are a student. That is number 1. And these other things would follow. So never forget about your classwork. It is very important, and so don't ever forget that. Finally, again, as I said, I'll be very brief. I want to sincerely congratulate you. You have done it well. You have made us proud, the outgoing, and that is my belief, that even in the incoming, with the kind of visions that you have put across, I want to believe that you'll also do us proud. We are counting on you. God bless you. God bless Taita Taveta University. You can clap for me. Thank you. Now, it is my pleasure again to welcome our VC to address us, and this will be done by our Deputy Vice Chancellor, ARO. Can we stand up and clap for her as a way of welcoming her, please? Thank you. Let's clap for her.
Good afternoon. You may take your seats. So, today wearing many hats, and I hope you will be in that position one day when you don't know which hat to propagate. But of course, when you're wearing many hats, you choose the one with the highest power, isn't it? So I want to say power to the students. There was one gentleman called Oki Ookombaka. He never used to speak loudly. One of the authors of the new constitution that we have, a very powerful student in the 70s. He's long gone, and he has children like you who are doing great things globally because of that kind of leadership. So I want to say that on my own behalf and on behalf of entire management of Taita Taveta, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. It is just a surprise that there are so many empty chairs before me, yet there was a very good turnover for the elections. Am I right or wrong? There was a very good turnover, and I think the people who elected you should have been here to witness your swearing in. And I want to say that you are a legal body under the Universities Act, and everything that was done in accordance with the Universities Act. So whatever you are going to do, it is going to be also covered under the Act. So any misdemeanor of a leader, you know how it is dealt with here in Kenya. So before I speak as the Vice Chancellor, because I'm wearing the hat of my colleague, Professor To, who is on leave, and the VC is away on another important national engagement on IPU-CCF, then I still have to say something from myself in appreciation for the process that has gone on. And I think today the VC's PA learned a new word called rigmarole. And maybe you guys will go and find out what it is, because I was telling him, are we going through the whole rigmarole? And he asked me, what is that? And I think the new chair will understand rigmarole and give you many more nice words to decorate your speeches. To the outgoing SATU and the ladies and gentlemen gathered here before me, I want to say a very big thank you to you for the way you have conducted yourself since we swore you into office last year. The time was short, but I think you did a few things and you did them well. And you did them well to the extent that the chair, the outgoing chair, Bwana Tajiri, is a member of the national committee set up by the president to look into the national funding model. Can we clap for ourselves? So the leadership coming from a small university in the coastal region has been recognized as worthy to be representative in a national body. Isn't that great? And this is because when you take up the mantle of leadership, it is not just for yourself. Actually, a leader is a servant. And I think I'll emphasize that in the VC speech to you. You are a servant of the people who elected you. And therefore, you don't do your will, but you do their will. The issue is being strategic in managing how the will is done. So you don't one day come and say, Professor Christine must go. That is not a solution to the problems, okay? So that strategy, that wisdom, okay? A servant is not a servant until they can exercise critical thinking, and they can also be strategic and also intentional in the things that they want to do, and plan well with their team how to achieve those things. So Bwana Tajiri and your team, congratulations. We had a very peaceful year. Everything that we did, we always discussed. If there was an issue, it was brought to my attention. And I want to thank my Dean of Students, because very few issues came to my attention. She managed to solve most of them, and only the very tricky ones came to my attention or even reached the Vice Chancellor. I want to say that you're a very lucky group as a leadership, because you are able to have access, direct access to the VC at any time. Is that correct, Bwana Tajiri? You have direct access to the VC anytime. Many of the staff sitting here behind you sometimes cannot see the Vice Chancellor until they come through my office or through maybe another office. So you can see how privileged you are, how powerful you are, but don't misuse that power. That power is for good, and it is not supposed to be kunyanyasa wenzenu, wale wamewaweka kwa hizo viti, ama kujipea mali na vitu kama hizo. It is for service. Okay? And as the outgoing team did, they also had a plan. I hope you have a plan. And I want to challenge the incoming. Can you make a strategic plan for the SATU for 5 years? So that when the people take over from you, they are going to build from where you have left. They don't have to come with new programs, but they are going to serve the interests of the students, building on past successes and lessons learned from the previous guys who have led the students. There have been issues, and I think there was one very, very tough SATU, and when they left, the Vice Chancellor refused to sign certificates of service for them. So I don't want you to imagine how tough it was, but it was not tough on the positive side. It was tough on the negative side. And I want to pray that the incoming SATU will follow the footsteps of the immediate outgoing and the previous SATU and be servants of the students, working collaboratively with management to achieve the desires that the students want. Of course, students might have some unreasonable desires, but that doesn't mean you run away from them. You must face them and talk to them so that they can be able to, you can be able to win them over to a common place where you can all take off together in harmony. So thank you, the team led by Mr. Tajiri. I wish you well. I know many of you are going to end up in politics, and since it is the Gen Zs beginning to take over from the boomers, there are some generations there that have been lost. Please, carry whatever you have learned, open your hearts to learn more, and determine in your hearts that wherever you go, you are going to serve with integrity, and you're going to put the population before your own needs. And that is really the true mark of a leader. To the incoming leader as a DVC, I must first of all congratulate the deputy chair of SATU. Maybe she can stand up so that we can see her nicely. Madam Cheruto. You know, the country is trying very much to have gender equity. And this gender equity is also in leadership. And the aim of the government is to have 30% of women leaders in every sector, in every level of the country's leadership. So, Madam Cheruto, today you are one among many. And I welcome you to join me because I'm also the 30% in the top management. And sometimes when we go to the full management meeting, then it's only me and Madam Sophie. So men, don't get scared of handing over the mantle to the ladies. They don't want to finish you. They want to walk beside you so that they give you a perspective which you might not have concerning us ladies. And when you understand us better, we are your best companions and the best able to enable you achieve your goals. So in the next SATU, I hope I'm going to see 50-50. And that will be a great, great thing. So Madam Cheruto, congratulations, sana. I'm looking forward to working with you. And I hope you're going to bring very good things to the table that will challenge these, are they 6 or 7? These 6 gentlemen. And they'll know that we women, we have mettle. We don't give up. And we have vision. Okay? We support you, but if you are going the wrong way and you want our support, you might find it very hard to turn our minds from what is right. Okay? And it is said that it is better to be divided in truth than to be enjoined in lies and errors, because then you will not be leading anywhere, isn't it? So stand up for the truth always and allow the different talents to come out so that you have a strong team and you are able to reach to the deepest need of the comrades that you have here before you. There are many needs. Is that true or not? I meet some parents and I meet some students. In fact, recently, there is a student who has been calling me. She's an engineering student, 5th year, but has not graduated because of money. So money is really the biggest problem we have in our country, and many of you students are suffering because you're not able to complete all your fees by the time you graduate. And the last time she talked to me, she was crying. Okay, I don't know where she got my phone from, but she asked for me to pay her rent. She's hustling somewhere in one of the cities, and she had no money, and the landlord was threatening her. So this is a girl who should have graduated 2 years ago. Okay, we have talked, but the other time when she called me, she was crying. And she said, please, send me money even for food I haven't eaten. So leaders, you are going to hear true stories and you're going to hear fake stories. It is up to you to do proper due diligence so that you serve widely for the best possible outcome. Don't serve interests, okay? Interests will come with those fake stories. Interests will come with lies. Interests will come with the aim of dividing you so that you are not in harmony to implement the things that you want to do. So be united. Kosaneni, it is okay to argue, but at the end of the day, when you make a resolution, you all stand by it. Sasa? Because if you make a resolution, then when they go out, huyu anaenda kwa VC, huyu anaenda kwa MCA, it will not solve the problems of the comrades. Okay? So that is the word I want to leave you with. Have integrity, have unity, have respect for one another, work together in harmony, but harmony doesn't mean you have to agree with everything maybe the leader says or one of you. Even in a boardroom, we are allowed to make our dissension and it be quoted in our minutes. Okay? So it doesn't mean that you don't like the person or you disrespect them. It's only that you have a different point of view which you feel very strongly about, and therefore you don't have to do, there's a word that is eluding me. You don't have to kiss us, if I may use such a terrible term, to look like you're very good, okay? If something is against your very ethical beliefs, you don't have to agree with it, but you just make your position known politely, okay? And it be minuted. So when I say minuted, one of the things we'll be expecting when you're coming to hand over are the minutes of your meetings. Tajiri mukona minutes. You are going to hand them over. The other issue that is going to be handed over will be the audited accounts. Mukona yo? Audited. I know money is a very big issue in SATU. Okay? Among others. So those two key documents are for you for posterity so that you're building on what has already been done. And at the end of it, just the way I gave certificates, I signed them, and the VC signed them because I signed, he trusted me. I want Tajiri's team, when they come, the VC will trust that when I've signed, he can sign because you've done a good job. And don't be like that team, the incoming, whose certificates of service will not be signed. You can imagine how bad that is. Coming to the VC's speech, and just thinking about some of the issues that are facing you. I've talked about money, and especially money pertaining to fees, and money pertaining to your general upkeep, going hungry and things like that, okay? The other issue that we have been having, I've already mentioned it, about ladies Ladies are very strong, but I don't know why they were fearing to stand for this SATU this time. So that we have just our deputy, Madam Cheruto, and the rest, she has bodyguards. But I hope they are not going to make her forget her vision. Okay? Another one is the image of Taita Taveta University. Some time ago, in that bad SATU, there was even a young man who went around everywhere in this country talking very badly about Taita Taveta University. I want to say that for me, the few students I interact with out there in the marketplace have very good experiences because of coming through this university. Our graduates are respected, they are professional, they are hardworking, and I want you to carry that vision so that when people see you out there, they don't worry about your size, but the punch that you carry. And the punch is that respect that is earned because of the professionalism that you're going to go out with when you go into the marketplace, so that many people are going to know you. Our students have been able to get scholarships direct, not even coming through us. With the documents we give them, transcripts, etc., and just a letter of recommendation, people have got direct admission into UK universities, US universities, among others. Others have been employed. The last paper they do, they have already been guaranteed an employment somewhere. So you can see the reputation of Taita Taveta University is only destroyed by the people who think that by spoiling the VC's name or another comrade's name, they are going to bring the university down. So we are standing strong and tall because of all of you, and we want to be even taller. So marketing, once you go there, we do an graduate exit survey. I want you to encourage the people who are graduating to make sure they fill that survey, okay? So that we can be able to get data on how to improve our services to you. And then when you go outside there, remember, if you go out of your home, Taita is your home for the last 4 years, some of you, and for those who have come in, it's going to be your home until when you leave. And by the way, some of you will leave and come back to get other degrees from here. But when you leave your home, you don't abuse your mother and your father. However poor they were, you are the one to do what? What does the Bible say? To cover them, isn't it? To cover their shame. So don't be like the sons of Noah who laughed at him when he was drunk. Bring a blanket, cover us, and make sure that the name out there is standing tall and unblemished. Some of the other issues that I've seen as a DVC ARO is some social, or should I say antisocial behavior, which some of you develop when you're here, and some of you, even your parents, get surprised when they are called and told what has happened, because they follow up on you. There are parents who have come and sat with me, and they have told me, you know, Prof, we are taking you to court. I said, it's okay. That is your right. And then we get down to talking about the son or the child or the daughter. And they come down from here, because they thought watakuja na wakanyage watu wa university because we are so bad. And they have to accept that sometimes it is their own children who are not walking the right path. So many of you are not walking the right path. And we are going to, you hear from them more, okay? What is one of those wrong paths? One is theft, isn't it? Even stealing university property and going out there to sell them and being caught by police in Voi, who then detain them with the evidence and call our security. Another one is drugs. I'm not a Gen Z, and me, I've never taken a drug. I was surprised, and some of the most innocent-looking young men and ladies are the ones selling the drugs. And something very bad happened last year. Maybe even Tajiri, you guys don't know. And one of the parents came and removed their child because of being traumatized by people who had taken drugs. But of course, if you're found out there with the drugs, you're going to be arrested because it is a felony. Eh? It's a public offense. Okay? Another one is sexual immorality. There was once this university was almost closed because one girl attempted abortion in the halls and died. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get into these relationships and you go the whole hog, that's not our business. But if there's a problem and you feel that it's so extreme you need to go to that level of suicide, don't do it. Come to us and we'll find a solution together. Okay? You are not condemned. We are all sinners. All of us today, we are all sinners. Even if someone thinks they're as pure as cotton, we are all sinners before the Lord. So come and we are going to find a solution together so that we don't lose any one of you and your parents don't lose you. Okay? They love you so, so, so much. Okay? If there is a serious problem, come and let us talk together and find a solution that will bring positivity and not negativity. Okay? That's why we are here. So university is more than just learning in the classroom. It's about learning how to interact with one another as adults and how to interact with younger and older people in the society. So that wherever we go, we leave goodness, not pain and hurt. Okay? So whoever is, come to my office and we'll get the people who can be able to help us solve your problem. And that is one of the challenges I would give to the new SATU. Can you please be servant leaders who care about the people they are leading? Okay? Servant leaders who care about the people they are leading. Find out what challenges your colleagues are facing and find out with management how we can be able to solve some of those problems. We may not be able to solve all, okay? But we are able to solve some, and we have solved many, okay? So I'm urging you, don't just think about the honorarium. That one is there, it is yours. Think about what you can do more than that. So that these people who elected you feel you and are happy that they chose you to be their leaders, okay? And when you go out there in national unions, leaderships of universities, be a good ambassador, not only of yourselves and your comrades, but of TTU as a whole. I turn now to the Vice Chancellor's speech, and I'm going to read it verbatim because I don't know what was on his mind when he said these things. So, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, all protocols observed. It is profound honor to stand before you today to preside over this significant occasion, the swearing in of our newly elected student leadership. This ceremony reaffirms our commitment to democratic governance, student representation, and institutional values. Before I go on, let me congratulate the newly elected leaders. Your election, and he said, can you do that as a leader? Not only did he wash their feet, but he washed their feet when he was naked. And then he blessed them, and they were able to eat together. Some were so ashamed that they could not allow him to touch them. But he said, if I don't touch you, you will not enter the kingdom. Be a servant. Of course, I'm not asking you to wash the feet of your people or your comrades here, but I'm asking you to be a servant leader. What is a servant leader? The other is before me, okay? So my needs are secondary to the needs of the people whom I'm leading. So I would like to take, I would like also to say that the leadership journey begins with learning. You're going to have to do a lot of learning. Actually, learning never stops. And your new phase of learning is beginning as leaders. And your people whom you are leading are also going to learn. They are going to learn you. And they are going to learn how to manipulate you or how to get what they want out of you in different ways because of how they learn you. It also stems from meaningful progress, consultation, and collaboration. So when you want to do something, don't talk among yourselves. Talk with the people who led you so that what you're implementing echoes with what is in their hearts and you're going to get their full support. I would also like to take this opportunity to appreciate the role played by the Office of the Dean of Students and the Chairman of the Students' Electoral Commission for their outstanding efforts in delivering undisputed election results. Congratulations for this achievement. To the outgoing leaders, I extend sincere appreciation. Your diligence and resilience have left a positive mark on our institution. Your contributions will continue to inspire those who follow in your footsteps. In this election represents a significant milestone for the Taita Taveta University, it being the 9th conducted under the revised Universities Act 2012. This legislative framework upholds principles of transparency, inclusivity, and democratic governance through the implementation of universal suffrage, and by enhancing student representation and fostering equitable decision-making, this process reinforces the university's commitment to participatory leadership and institutional integrity. To our new leaders, you are the bridge between the students and the administration. Your role requires resilience, vision, and unwavering dedication, and may I add, wisdom. We encourage you to foster unity, uphold university values, and work towards meaningful change. The administration remains open to constructive engagement and supports a culture of mutual respect, inclusivity, and academic excellence. To the student body, active participation in student affairs is crucial. I've noted that many of you walked in towards the end of the ceremony, and that is not good. Where you're going to go as you leave this place, people are always punctual. If you come 15 minutes late, you are locked out. Try to always be punctual. In fact, if you live in Japan, they have a culture. If you're called for a meeting at 2, you come 15 minutes before the hour so that the meeting starts exactly on time. And so participation is crucial, and it develops a thriving democracy and shared responsibility. So let us all work together. That is administration, the student executive and the Congress, and the student body. Let us work together to advance the interests of our university community, not only inside here, but also outside our boundaries. Before I conclude, I want to say that there are some issues that I would expect you to look into. Speaking on behalf of the VC, number one, we have noticed certain gaps in the SATU constitution, and maybe you need to look back into that constitution and determine how often should we change the constitution, and sometimes how can we go about changing the different sections that are a bit unwieldy to implement, or there's something missing from them in implementation. So you need to look into them together with the student body and bring a proposal for how we can be able to revise some of those issues for your benefit. Also, we are looking at, of course, we don't know what's going to happen to the new funding model, but going from precedence, I expect that it is going to be upheld. And if it is upheld, we need your input. We should look at our students' fees payment policy so that we can be able to incorporate the issues of the new funding model for the benefit of the student body and the parents of the students. As I come to an end, I want to wish you congratulations once again. Best wishes on your leadership journey, and looking forward to a great ride working with you on behalf of the students' body. Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much. Applaud the asante sana. Thank you for that wise counsel. Umetupatia ushauri mzuri sana. At this juncture, I wish to call the incoming SATU Vice Chair to come and give her vote of thanks, which will be followed by a closing prayer from the incoming leader. Keep correct? Yes. Thank you.
All protocol observed. It is with great honor and humility that I stand before you today as the incoming Vice Chair of the student leadership to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks. Before maybe I begin, I want to promise our prof that next SATU, we are going to have a lady as the chair of the student. I'm going to start an organization, and that is to model new leaders, and that is basically ladies. First and foremost, I wish to express our sincere gratitude to our Vice Chancellor in absentia for gracing this occasion. His unwavering commitment to academic excellence and student development continues to inspire and guide us. To the Deputy Vice Chancellor ARO and the Registrar ARO, we truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate your dedication to student affairs and academic progress. Your support provides us with the foundation to lead effectively and serve our fellow students with excellency. A special thank you to our distinguished guests, faculty member, and university staff for joining us today. Your presence is a statement to your belief in student leadership and its role in shaping brighter future for our institution. To the Electoral Commission team, led by Dr. Chikati, we extend our realism in ensuring a free, fair, and transparent election process. Your efforts have upheld the integrity of student governance, and we truly commend you for a job well done. To my fellow student leaders, congratulations. Today marks the beginning of a journey of service, responsibility, and dedication. Let us work together with integrity, unity, and shared vision to create a meaningful impact. To the student body, thank you so much for trusting us with this position. We assure you that we will lead with transparency, diligence, and commitment to addressing your needs, since you are the basic need in this institution. Your participation and engagement will be key to our collective success. Once again, thank you all for being part of this important event. May God bless you, may God bless Kenya, and may God bless TTU.
Thank you very much, Chamasa, for that inspiring vote of thanks. Na umesema next time tujitayarishe for a lady chair. Sasa wanaume mujipange. It's no longer business as usual. Chamasa is here, and thank you very much, Chamasa. I have a few announcements. The first announcement is there is an attendance form going around. Can I have the attendance forms returned in the front here so that our secretary can collect them? Where are they? If you have the attendance form near you, and I believe by now you must have written a summary note, and I believe by now you must have written a summary note to the Dean of Students about what you're handing over. If you have not done so, do it immediately so that the Dean of Students